FAE FARM is being touted as the best cozy game of 2023, and the people saying this may be onto something. As of recording, I've played just over 17 hours of this game so far, and I'm going to share with you the reasons why I think that this game is about to become your next cozy game addiction too. I'm going to go through all of my favorite features so that you get an idea of what is to come and what to expect in this game. For full transparency, today's video is kindly sponsored by FAE FARM, so thank you for that. But all of my opinions shared in this video are my own, and I really hope my enthusiasm for the game really shines through. So without further ado, let's take a deep dive at this magical game. The first thing that I want to talk about is the furniture and customization options within the game. I am an avid decorator and I just generally love to make things look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So if you are a decorating fan, then I think this will definitely appeal to you too. In order to get the recipes to craft items, they have uniquely scattered a number of DIY recipes throughout the world for you to find via exploration, which is super fun, and it's exciting to see what you discover next. It's like a gacha machine all over the island. It's so cool. You can also unlock recipes through shops, finding new items, special events, and even crafting tables. And once you've discovered the recipes, you will soon realize just how adorable and fitting to the game these items are. The majority of them have a very rustic and cottagecore feel to them, which definitely speaks to me and very fitting of the overall vibe of the game. My personal favourite so far is definitely the pergola, but there is so many adorable items, including this amazing window with all of the foliage around the outside. I'm in love. Aside from the items being super adorable, there is also a huge incentive to decorate in this game, as you will be rewarded coziness rating. Certain furniture can also positively affect your energy, your mana, and your health levels, increasing the amount that you can store and the rate in which it replenishes. I think that this is a super original take on the way to manage your character's stats, and it will definitely encourage everyone to have super cozy looking homes, so I cannot wait to see what people come up with. You are also able to customize furniture items at great depth, which is nice. As you progress, you can also unlock new color palettes using resources you have found in the world. And don't worry, if you're scared of decorating, this is a little bit of a simpler style of decorating to other games, as everything is on a grid system, so you cannot really go wrong. And for you more seasoned decorators, I think this will be a bit of a challenge, in a good way of course. In addition to wonderful furniture and decoration options, you can also create your character with the same amount of depth too. There is so many options to choose from, and this is great because it means that you can truly make a character that represents you, or if you wanted to, you can make a wonderful fairy looking character. It's truly up to you. There's so much to choose from, including your eye color, there's great hair and outfit options. You can even edit your character's voice and pronouns. And when it comes to color selection, there is a very extensive color chart to select from, which I'm very appreciative of. And all of this means that you will just have the perfect character to play with. Also, do not worry though, if you do make a mistake or if you're not quite sold on something, you can also fully edit your character once you've unlocked the customization mirror, which is a great feature. When it comes to outfits, you can purchase more from Millie at the market, but I'm sure as we get deeper into the game, there'll be other ways to add on to those. Millie does also sell some colour palettes, but I have seen them at special events, spoiler alert, where you can purchase more, so I'm sure there'll be other colour palettes as well. But what the colour palettes do, they are something that you can kind of craft and buy to brighten up your outfit. In the beginning, you get a very basic colour palette, which you can edit clothes and furniture with. But as you progress, then you will be able to brighten it up, make it more colourful, which I really, really love this feature as well. I think it'll be a super fun thing to work towards. So the characters are cute despite the lack of noses, and the furniture is a winner. But the final aesthetic thing I just wanted to touch on is the overall appearance, the graphics, and just the style of this game. I'm a huge fan of the appearance of it. I really like the way that the characters and the whole world just looks. It's not quite pixel, it's not quite super 3D, but it's just fun to look at, and there is so many nice details within the game. I really appreciate the appearance of the buildings. The market area is one of my favorites, and just the overall landscapes, the different realms are gorgeous as well. It all has a super wholesome feel to it, and the graphic style really does fit with the storyline, and it has that kind of fairy tale magic whimsical touch to it. Really like it. It definitely helps appeal to it, and I'm sure most of you will have the same feelings as well. And I'm also just going to mention this here, but the music is so perfect for this game. When I was playing this on stream, it got lots of comments because everyone was really enjoying it. It is calming yet joyous, and then when you head into the dungeons, or the mines as they call them, it becomes more moody and kind of atmospheric. So I really love that. But the ambient noises are really nice as well. It kind of helps make the whole thing feel a bit more realistic, from the townspeople chattering to the waves crashing against the shore. It's just really nicely done. Okay, so we've figured out that this game is cute, but that alone is not enough of a reason for it to be potentially the best cozy game of the year, and I agree with you on that. So let's have a look at what you can actually do in this game, because there is so much. The most obvious thing you can do is farming, because farm is literally in the title of the game. But you might be thinking, I have a million other farming sims, I can do that in that game too. Well, FAE FARM has definitely mixed up some of the mechanics for sure. Of course, you can grow lots of vegetables, there's so many different options. There's even like a garden table where you can make your own kind of seeds, which is nice to see, and you don't see that in every game as well. And one of the most unique things that they've done, instead of monotonously tilling your land, you can actually craft your vegetable and flower plots to place down, which just alleviates some of that grindiness. And yes, I did just say flower plots, because there is a whole variety of things you can grow, including the flowers, and you can even turn them into special hybrid flowers, which as an avid flower lover, that really is just amazing. You could also grow fruit trees, which is good to see, and there is also a variety of fertilizers that you can use on your crops, which may cause some special reactions. And aside from arable farming, you can also be a rancher too. And I won't lie, these are some of the most adorable animals I've ever seen in a game. You can start off small with chickens and cottontails. And cottontails are kind of a cross between a sheep and a rabbit. They just look furry, just a general fluff ball. There are also some woolly horns and mamoos, which are adorable. And I think there's even more than that to explore. The care for these animals does act like most games you've played, where you can feed them, pet them, collect their products such as eggs and cotton. So there's not too much change there, but they are super cute. Farm animals aren't the only creatures lurking around Azoria, and there are bugs to catch as well. There's lots to find, and each will have their own requirements when you see them around, but if you do see them, make sure you grab hold of them quick. There is of course also fishing, which I have to say, I quite like the fishing mechanic. It is quite similar to Animal Crossing, but instead of kind of just latching onto the fish, you have to kind of jiggle the lure to get their attention, and then make sure when reeling in you do not break the line. If you don't like this though, there is also a setting which you can turn off, but I haven't done that yet, so that is saying something, right, as someone who is not a huge fishing fan. When you are out in the world, there is also a whole bunch of things that you can collect, and these will come in handy for cooking and crafting. Cooking and crafting has soon become one of my favourite activities in the game. The way that the game has implemented this is also a lot of fun, as there is lots of different crafting stations and what feels like endless recipes and craftable items, and you keep finding new ones as the game progresses. All of these items will definitely aid your journey, or you can use them to sell for profit to buy more things, which we're always a fan of. So everything that I've mentioned so far has been pretty much farm based, but sometimes we need to escape the confines of the farm and explore what lies beyond, and you can do just that in FAE FARM. The movement in this game is pretty free and is great because you can get anywhere, including swimming, climbing up cliffs. You can just traverse, jump on roofs if you want to. It's really nice to get around. And there is also fast travel that looks like you can unlock and progress towards, which is good. On the map, if you have a look, you will see that there's lots of places to explore. There's lots of kind of landmarks, including the town market, the docks, and there is even different biomes such as the secret woods and a frozen area. In these areas, you'll find different people, different forageable items, and more. The frozen area, be warned, you have to be careful because you will freeze if you aren't correctly prepared. If you head underground, you will also find the dungeons or mines, which I've been particularly enjoying. And from the looks of things, it does look like there is other dungeons that you will unlock as you progress. Here you can gather lots of resources. There's also an element of combat as you fight the magical jumbles, which I've found kind of resemble familiar household objects, which is a little bit of fun. I know there is a huge debate about whether combat has a place in cozy games, but I think sometimes we all need a little bit of combat to spice things up, and FAE FARM has done it just right. The combat is smooth and you can kind of clearly see the markers as to where the jumbles are going to attack, which hopefully will prevent any player rage. Progress in the mines does contribute towards some of the quests, of which there are quite a few, and there is the main story quest line, and then you also have side quests as well, which is good because these side quests so far have kind of helped introduce me to the game, introduce me to all of the different mechanics, and there is so many of them that it's really useful, and it's kind of new player, beginner friendly, so that you can learn the ropes before you go off and do your own things as well. So really do appreciate that. The quests also help introduce you to all of the NPCs and characters within the game, and this is useful because there is so many. There is kind of split up into 3 different categories. So you have your friends, the people that you can make friends with and get to know. Then you have your kind of market traders who each have their own shops and sell different things, which is always exciting to see what they're selling. And then you have romanceable people, ooh la la, which for some of you, I know this will be really exciting. I love to see a bit of romance in the game, and it was always fun to share with different players as to who they're interested in. And I just want to see how this mechanic works in the game because it could be different from things that we've seen in the past. So that is just very, very exciting. So far, I haven't managed to meet any of the FAE characters, and I'm really excited to see how they play into the storyline. There is the kind of underlying feeling of Azoria looks like this wonderful place to be, but there's lots and lots of secrets that lie beneath, and I'm really excited to uncover those and kind of help restore and uncover more of its mystery as we progress through that. So that is another thing that I'm really, really looking forward to, and I think it'll be interesting to see what direction this goes in and how kind of deep that storyline goes. So that's another really appealing thing. And the final thing that I'm excited for that I haven't yet tried out is multiplayer. If you didn't know, then FAE FARM you can play with up to 3 of your friends in cross-platform play. So what this means is that you can play if you're on the Switch and your friends on the PC, you can still play together. I really like the idea of multiplayer in this game because I think you'll be able to go out on little magical adventures and explore your towns together, maybe even do a bit of farming. I think it will just be a really nice way to play, and it definitely makes games more appealing for me at the moment, having that ability to have little gaming dates together. It's really, really cute. So if you haven't figured it out, there is a lot to talk about in this game, and there's probably still so much I haven't learned. I've really been pleasantly surprised by the depth of this game, and I think this is why it's definitely superseded my expectations so much, and I really have been enjoying it. What makes it even better is that they are going to be updating the game after release, so there will be some updates, so keep your eyes peeled for news on that. And let me know in the comments if you're going to be playing, and so far, what is your favorite feature? What appeals most to you about this game? Let me know in the comments. So stay tuned for more FAE FARM content. It's definitely going to be coming, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.